Hey there, welcome to LSAT Demon Daily. I'm Nathan Fox. That's Ben Olson. Together, we're the founders of LSATdemon.com and our weekly podcast, Thinking LSAT. This email says, I'm just reading through your email regarding scholarships for 2021-22 cycle applicants, and I have to share my amazing news! Exclamation point. I was a Demon Live subscriber. I started with free in December of last year, and I moved into live shortly thereafter and wrote my second LSAT in April. I went from a 146 diagnostic to a 166, so a 20-point improvement, which is more and more common these days. My UGPA is unfortunately a 2.7, so that meant I needed to give it my best shot with the LSAT. And I always kind of have to stop there and go, no, everyone needs to give it their best shot with the LSAT.
Yeah.
And if you have a 4.0, it's like you need to get the best LSAT you can even more so that you can go to an even better law school. I don't really agree that if you have a low GPA, then you particularly need your best LSAT. Everybody needs their best LSAT no matter what. Anyway, I applied early. Good job, Amy. A few short weeks after applying, I was one of the first round of applicants to receive an acceptance and a full ride! Exclamation point. Oh, from Penn State Dickinson! Exclamation point. This is another Penn State Dickinson was out there early this year, throwing out the full ride scholarships.
Yeah, they were.
Good job by them. That is going to raise the prestige of their school because they're going to poach a bunch of the best applicants.
Yep.
I just heard yesterday some school saying, yeah, we don't really do any evaluations of applications until December. And I was like, well, okay, that's dumb of you. Isn't it?
Yeah, because now other people are going to come in and take them.
Yeah, that's dumb and lazy of you. Like if you have a school, like they have rolling admissions, so they're accepting applications in September, but they're not. Why are they not going out and trying to get some of those really good applicants? Why wouldn't you be offering admission to people in September to try to preclude them from applying to other schools?
Because as soon as they get that offer, some people are going to throw in the towel and say thank you and accept it. I'm not saying that's smart, but it's going to happen.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. I just hear these schools that are like apparently not playing the game very well. That was in class last night. I think it was Loyola Chicago specifically that was like, no, we don't, thank you for your application, but we don't really make any offers until December. I was like, what? Why wouldn't you? That's crazy. You have to have overqualified applicants. Why wouldn't you offer them a scholarship and just see if you could get them to commit?
Yep.
I also heard from KU, Kansas, had an undergrad at Kansas telling me that the KU law school is, they really are, they say, if you take the LSAT multiple times, we think that you're just trying to game the system. So we really only look at your first LSAT score. Well, that is fucking stupid on their part. That is so dumb.
It's either a lie.
Yeah,
or
could be.
Or it's extraordinarily stupid, right? Because what are you going to do? You're going to pass up a 170 because their initial score was a 158 and you're worried that they're gaming the system? That's the kind of players you want on your team.
You can get better at the LSAT and then score higher.
Yeah.
So it's not gaming the system anyway, but even if it was, you're still stupid, because even if it was gaming the system, you're going to get to report their higher LSAT on your 509, which is going to raise the profile of your school according to US News.
Yeah, I don't really understand. Like they just haven't thought through these things, or they're like overly concerned about nefariousness or something. It's weird too, because if you actually go from a 158 to a 170, your substantive skills have improved. So it's not a joke. It's not like, oh, well, you worked harder and I can't believe just, what are you doing?
No, you can't fake it. You can't game it. You can learn how to actually understand the shit you're reading. Like you learn real skills. Anyway, I don't want to tell these people how to do their business. When I hear that from people, I'm like, oh, well, okay. Like they're allowed to be dumb. Like they're allowed to make bad decisions in the admissions office.
Yep.
Other schools aren't going to make those same bad decisions though. And, think about what kind of a school you want to go to. Do you want to go to a school that's like on the way up, or do you want to go to a school that's stagnant or potentially on the way down? And if you hear them making dumb decisions, I would just be like, okay, well, that's dumb of you, but I don't know. Certainly wouldn't attract me to that school. Anyhow, Amy continues. She's got her first full ride offer in hand from Penn State Dickinson. She says, I'm 15 years out of university and going back to school is risky for me in terms of financing. So I knew I couldn't pay full tuition, ! I still have my top 2 schools to apply to as they only open up on October 1st. She says, let's not forget about these schools when you talk about only applying in September. And I suppose we should make note of that we really want you to apply at the beginning of the cycle. If you are applying to schools that don't open their applications until October, then fine. October is still the beginning of the cycle. But if that school opened up on September 1st and you're not applying until October, I think you're lining up behind other people who already have by now scholarships in hand. I mean, we saw scholarships in September this year. Like the second week of September, we saw scholarships this year.
Yeah, Amy has a scholarship and she hasn't even applied
to these other schools that are opening up in October. Yeah. So many offers are already on the table, ! I'm so thankful the demon taught me early applications are key to not paying for law school. I'm not paying for law school, 3 ! Thanks, Amy. And then she sent an update. Nathan, since writing this email, I've just received a call from University of Missouri School of Law letting me know that I've been accepted and to watch out for my scholarship offer in the mail this week. 4 ! On that. That's Amy. Amy's excited. Anything else?
This is awesome. And I'm glad that you got these full tuition scholarships. And we talk about this all the time. Of course, the tagline of LSAT Demon is don't pay for law school.
Yep.
I just don't want people to forget about the second part of these scholarships, which is not just the money you get, but the conditions that come along with it.
Yeah.
So, she said here, and this is actually true for everyone, but she says, I'm 15 years out of university and going back to school is risky for me in terms of financing. So I knew I couldn't pay full tuition. Well, great. But if you get a full tuition offer that has so many conditions that you're likely to lose it, or at least more likely to lose it than another one, you may end up paying full tuition later.
Yeah. So be careful.
Watch out, right?
Yeah. Be careful, be a lawyer, read the fine print. Some of these offers are going to say you have to remain in good academic standing, or they might say you need to maintain a 3.0. And a 3.0 might sound easy, but it's possible that the average GPA mandatorily is 2.7. Some schools have a B- curve. It's actually, or not B-. Wait, B-? Yeah, that's a B-. Some schools have a B- curve where the professors are actually required to give an average grade of B-, which means that the average GPA there is going to be 2.7, which means that it can be really hard to maintain that 3.0. So just make sure that whatever scholarship you end up taking, make sure you know what kinds of stipulations come attached to that. And if you're going to a school where the average GPA is 2.7, you should not presume that it's going to be easy for you to get a 3.0. I mean, that's going to be like 1/3 of the class or 1/4 of the class that's able to get a 3.0 if the curve is 2.7.
Yep.
That's a gotcha type of a thing. So just make sure you're looking at all these stipulations, but definitely do take one of these full ride offers. I think Amy's going to have other full ride offers to choose from.
Yeah.
And she can look at those stipulations. She can frequently negotiate some of those stipulations away, or she can just choose a school that's not going to have that kind of a gotcha, pull the rug out from under a scholarship student.
Yep.
Email daily@lsatdemon.com if you'd like to ask us a question or share some LSAT or law school admissions news. Thanks for listening.